Hello, it's Richard at Richard's Guitars. Where's it? There. There, is it there? Hang on. I can't see because my eyes move. I think it's over here. I wanted to talk about sort of, again, a little bit of a, I suppose, slight philosophical thought process today. I want to talk about why someone can find such negative comments about me online, and obviously, I say obviously, but clearly there's an overwhelming majority of positive comments, vast swathes, I would like to say. But for someone like myself who's so easily affected by negativity, I think it's really important I talk about it, because I also understand the part of my personality that creates it. So it's very important I have a little chat about it. Two things stand out this week alone that would demonstrate very clearly how negative comments arise about myself and my service. So I'll start with I'll start with well, I'll just use a couple of examples. So I had a gentleman contact me on my live chat, and he wanted a model called a Faith Venus Blood Moon Burst in left-handed. So it's whoa! Oh, typical. I haven't got one to hand. There will be one in the other room. It doesn't matter. But it. Okay. I haven't got one. Not immediately to display. So Faith Venus Blood Moon Burst comes in. It's got a very rich textured finish, and the grain patterns vary. Now he's left-handed, so he contacts me on the live chat and asks for, have I got one? I say yes. I have them left-handed, and he says he'll order one in the next few days. So that's fine. Now, a day or so later, he comes back onto my live chat and says, well, I noticed that the finishes on these guitars are different. So what could you do to ensure that I get one that I like? I don't want to pay for something I don't like. Can you take a photograph of it? I said, well, I can do better than that. I'll make sure I've got 2 or 3 guitars here for you. I'll take photographs of all 3 of them, send them over to you, and then you can decide which one, because I appreciate you want a nice one. I did also say a couple of other things which I probably can't mention like on the video, but I've got ways that I can kind of help ensure that he gets a really nice example. So obviously that pacified him. Anyway, so he then comes back another day later and asks me to match a insanely low price of this guitar on the internet. So my response to this chap is, and you want me to hand pick the guitar, ? And do all these things I promised and hand finish the guitar. And the ultimate sort of end game of this kind of conversation is I end up offending him, and I'm accused of being defensive in my reaction, unprofessional in kind of communicating the way I did. I mean, I didn't berate the guy. I just told him, I said, look, you've come to me asking me for some, or I've offered you some very personalized service and treatment. I've tried to allay your fears and concerns for the guitar, and I feel like we're on a kind of a level. We're understanding each other. How you understand my value. I'm here to help you. But then at the last moment, you're sort of devaluing everything we've kind of discussed to sort of just ask for the best price. And he felt that he was in every, it's totally reasonable to get the best deal. I obviously then tell him that the best deal is what I thought I was providing him, which is the peace of mind, the comfort of the thing. So da-da-da-da-da. But the trouble is, the guy ends up saying that he would never use my shop again. And he's recommended my shop to others, and he wouldn't, blah, blah. And I'm going to take a step back, and I'm like, where did that go wrong? So because I always try and fix things, I have followed up to him with an email showing him the trade price of that guitar. The fact that if I had matched the price of the guitar at the price he was talking, which was about like nearly £300 less than the damn price of the guitar, I believe what I worked out was it wasn't £300, because I would make £50. So £50 on an £800 guitar. And as I said to him, taking a step back and understanding, oh yeah, that's right. In my email, I said to him, I understand that I offended you by being surprised and showing my frustration that I thought I was trying to help you, and then you sort of hit me with the price match. So I accept your perspective, because you don't see my emotional point of this. I'm just a business. But I said to him, but it would be nice to think that if I'm capable of apologising and being sorry for my reaction, if you thought about how it had offended me, you would also want to apologise to me. I wasn't asking for an apology. I was saying, but I hope that on reflection you could see that as well, that we both have a view, and that offended him. So that was the point. So I followed up with this email saying, just basically showing the guy exactly how much money I'd make, which is £50. Now we charge £50 for a setup on a guitar. So I'm hoping this just comes across. But the point being is, that person hasn't replied to that email. He hasn't obviously bought the guitar. He's naturally bought it from the place you get the cheapest price. I probably shouldn't even care or consider this person any further. But I know absolutely, without fail, he's the kind of guy that goes onto a forum because he actually said it. His words were, now I can see why you have people slagging you off and why people talk about you the way they do, because it's not your business that they have a problem with, it's you. So it's like, oh. So in a week, this is the kind of conversation I might have. Now, you know, I've been overwhelmingly busy, ridiculously. I've had the most beautiful, lovely conversations. Fantastic people have come in. You only have to look at my reviews on my site, even for this week, to see some of the lovely people that have been in. Somebody's just left now, minutes ago. But it comes back to this kind of concept of the white page. The teacher, you may not have seen this video, but the teacher that gives out all the children the sheet of paper with a black dot in the middle, and she asks them to describe what they see, and every single one of them without fail talks about the black dot in the middle and how far, you know, how big it is and whatever, and then they kind of run out of ideas, when really they could have expressed a view of how much white space there was on the page, how brilliant white the page was, and how white is like snow and love. Everyone focused on the black spot, and that's kind of my mentality, that when things go wrong, when something negative occurs, I really focus on it. But this is meant to be a video, I suppose, about why negativity occurs and how I wind people up. And as you will see from that example, that it was not because I am a bad person, or I was trying to screw him over or something. I was trying to help the guy. He's left-handed, so my immediate thought is, oh man, this guy, he's used to getting dreadful service. Nobody on the planet would offer to buy him in 3 guitars, take photographs. I mean, I don't think there's many that would. And so I've done all of this, pacified him on every level, and then it all just comes down to the cheapest price. It just negates everything. And the fact that another human being can't kind of comprehend that, or think I even have the right to be offended, is, for me, it's emotionally hard to take. So you end up with this, but all I want to do is sort of reach out to that guy and say, look, I'm sorry that we've got different views, we've got different things. I don't want to fall out with him, but I now know that it's just one of the little list of merry men that will be going around slagging me off on the internet. What was the other thing that happened? Because this is kind of gives you an insight into a working week. There's a gentleman, well, this one's still transacting. I think we're all cool now, but a guy bought a £5,000 Loudon, and came in with his wife, lovely couple. And then they bought the guitar, but he didn't provide me the right email address. So he didn't get the confirmation email, and he didn't get the any kind of follow-up email notification. So he didn't really understand the process of what was going on because he didn't have the email sent to him. But quite rapidly that kind of broke down into sort of, why are you telling me to speak to order tracking because he's having a pickup fitted? I've never, I came to you for personal service. It all got very heated that this person wanted personal service. He wanted me to be involved on every level, and couldn't understand why, he was texting. My wife had given, because it was late night when he left in the end, Teresa gave her his text. So we had this kind of like, we're just being personable, human. Teresa gave her his text, but then he was texting Teresa all his updates, all his needs. Then he was emailing myself and getting frustrated. I was telling him, really, we need to make sure all this communication goes through one channel. And then I'm here as a backstop. And he couldn't understand why that was. And he kind of felt like I'd reneged on all of my promises. We've gone full circle now, and he's coming to collect it on Tuesday. And I presume, because quite rightly, he should be happy as Larry. We fitted the pickup. Chris has been sorting that out, and he's been communicating through a central source so that I don't confuse the situation. And I've been keeping an overview on everything, and I'll be here to see him on Tuesday to collect it, and we'll all be happy. But that could have easily, because it really did blow up. I thought that was going to be, at one point there was a, question of wanting his money back, and like we were in the middle of fitting a pickup into a £5,000 guitar. But I don't blame people. I just reflect on it and think, oh, that's interesting. We come from different worlds, different viewpoints, and people have different expectations. But I can't, unfortunately, control how people then react to that change or misunderstanding that you have between you. I always want to, but please just bear in mind that when you see negativity, you see reviews, my catchphrase is, I don't like myself when I read what I read about myself. I read stuff about me. I've been banned from a forum. It's like it's pathetic. I've been banned. A bit of an advert. The fretboard.co.uk. If you see how people talk about me on there, they just think they talk about me as if I'm some kind. Well, the word deluded is used. I've had people come onto my who've told me and private mailed me, who have just said the only reason, when I was a member of that forum, the only reason they go on the forum is to basically goad me because I'm an easy target. Because people just see an easy target, as that guy said, and just want to wind him up. And when you've been in business 23 years, there are so many people with so many different reasons who want to knock you off your pedestal. But I'm happy to talk about it, and I just want to kind of, I'm not quite sure what the title of this video will be. Why people dislike me. Because you can't like everyone, can you? And not everyone can like you. You can't be best friends with everybody in the world. And people come from different backgrounds and different walks of life, don't they? And not everybody likes what I do. And not everyone likes the way I talk or the way I waffle, which I'm doing now. But to anybody who has ever found me offensive or argumentative, or have got for any reason they feel that they dislike my approach, I'm sorry that we had that disconnect, and all I ever want to do is connect with everyone I possibly can, and hopefully that's the summation of my video. Okay, cheers guys, bye.